Launched forward. Martelli knocks it down. It's good play from St. Lucia. They keep it well, but eventually give it away. Here's Enriquez. Up to Jordan, the goal scorer for Bonaire, but this time doesn't get his accuracy right. That's a throw-in for St. Lucia. So we are nearing half-time. Just about 5 minutes or 6 minutes or so of regulation time. I do assume there will be some added on time. There was some player treatment as well, so may see about 2 minutes added on. Bernabella, he's had a very good half, very industrious for his team. Throw in to be taken by Mikel Mitchell. That one is launched over. And it's Blanken. Deals with it in the Bonaire post. I have to feel sorry for him a bit. Can't be blamed really for the goal. Or I guess he was caught off a bit by the deflection. Off of Garcia Enriquez. But here's Bonaire now. Again, ball sliced out wide. It's excellent control there from Telft. Here's Bernabella again. Beats his man. He has a lot of space here. Can he find that ball through? He does. Oh, it's actually flicked on. Here's Simon once again. In a dangerous area, gets it across. But this time, excellent goalkeeping there from Toussaint. And the press once again from Bonaire. Very hard working on top there at that front three. And they win back the ball once again. This time it's a free kick though. And it's Bernabella who's standing over it. Actually, this time he gives the duties to his teammate. Looks like it's going to be Arrow who's going to probably try and arrow this one in for Bonaire here, trying to take the lead after going down 1-0, and he whips in a lovely ball. Danger! Oh, it's in! This time, Stati gets the header right. And Bonaire lead. And it's 2-1 here at the Attobolden Stadium. Bonaire have turned it around. And it's Stati with a beautiful header. Here we go again. Arrow whips in, lovely ball, lovely flight. And he was just able to beat, I think it was Slayman to it. Rose high and converted well. And he'll be happy with that because he missed a sitter earlier on. And this time, Stati finds the back of the net. So Bonaire lead 2-1 here in the first half against St. Lucia. St. Lucians will be very disappointed with that because they found the lead. And at one point in time, were looking very likely to further their lead or extend it rather. And then Bonaire just come back, and I said they do have the quality. Wouldn't have counted them out, and now we see them leading 2-1 here. And here's the goal scorer, or at least the most recent goal scorer, Stati, trying to make more. Crosses in a nice ball. Oh, that could be dangerous. And it goes straight out of play. Just about 3 minutes or 2 minutes remaining of normal time. Has been a very exciting half. It has to be said. Yes, John. Fights well, Martelli. Alexander, good skill again. Here's Martelli again. John. Oh, tried to roll it, but Vout wasn't having that. And here's Monroe. St. Lucia have had success out on the right-hand side, and that's why Monroe has options in the box, delays the cross, finds Martelli on top. Can he get a strike away? No, he doesn't. But possession still with St. Lucia. Here's Alexander. Strike comes in, but yeah, that's not troubling Blanken whatsoever. And St. Lucia trying to get back on level terms now, but they trail 2-1. Minutes away from halftime here in the Attobolden Stadium. Here's Vout for Bonaire. He has been really solid on that left back position. Bernabella. Tackle comes in. Emmanuel pleading his cause, but it was a sliding challenge. And it is a free kick for Bonaire, and it doesn't look too good here for the player who was tackled. I think it's Simon, goal scorer of the first goal, the beautiful volley that we saw early on. Yeah. So if you are now joining us on the broadcast, of course, this is CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge. Under 14 Boys Challenge Series. And here in Trinidad and Tobago at the Atobulden Stadium, Tier 2. This is the group stage, day 1. And let's take a look at some of the highlights so far between St. Lucia and Bonaire. Look at that. Ball played forward. Stati dropped it off lovely. And look at that. Bang. Simon with a lovely strike. And that was the goal that got Bonaire back into it at 1-1. And then Stati once again, he was in the action. He scored the second for them, a header. So brilliant first half from Stati. A goal and an assist for him. And if you were to go off the stats or the statties, he might be leading contender for man of the match. Here's Vout. Swings in a nice one. Stati's under it again. But this time, Toussaint is able to gather it. And 1 minute has been added on by the officials. So we'll have 1 minute of added on time. St. Lucia trying to find an equalizer. Excellent defending there from Garcia Enriquez. Did score an own goal earlier on in the half, but otherwise he's been very defensively solid. Blackstock into Alexander. Works some space. And again, Blancan saves with his feet. But St. Lucia with another huge opportunity, nearly on level terms. And he has been injured in the process, Alexander. As we are over the added on time, Blancan is celebrating with his defense because he's made 2 really good saves in this first half. He's kept his team where they are right now. And it is Alexander who is getting some treatment here. But nevertheless, has been a really good first half. You do expect that when play starts back, it'll be immediately halted for halftime by referee Leon. It's a throw-in for St. Lucia. Let's see how generous he is. Monroe to take it. Play still. Here's Monroe. He has options in the box. Swings it in nicely. And Blancan. Oh, I think he's fouled there. Yeah, surely a foul. And actually looks a lot worse than just a foul. Blancan, I think, was absolutely cleaned out there by Mitchell. And again, physios being called into action. We do hope that it's nothing too serious, though. But it was pretty rash from the St. Lucian. Yep, lots of players, almost every Bonaire player surrounding Blancan there. They wouldn't want anything to happen to him. He's their first choice keeper. He's the man who's been convincing between the sticks so far. So for us here and for, well, the Bonaire teammates as well as those in Bonaire watching, we do hope that your goalkeeper is okay. But despite that, it is Bonaire who lead 2-1. Coming from behind, an early goal in the 15th minute from, well, Garcia Enriquez, really an own goal off of the Blackstock header. And then that's when the turnaround came about. Simon with a lovely volley. And then Stati with an excellent header. And Bonaire have their lead. And Blancan is back to his feet. We love to see it. And I do suspect now that any minute the referee should blow for halftime. Yep, and that's it. So referee Leon blows the halftime whistle in a half that has produced 3 excellent goals. And in favor, however, of Bonaire as they lead over St. Lucia 2-1 here at the Atto Bolden Stadium in Couva for this CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series. We're off to an absolutely brilliant start. Lots of action. So that's all the action for the first half. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be back with second half action here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. St. Lucia versus Bonaire. We take a look at some of the highlights. Here's the first goal for Bonaire. Look at that. Simon with an absolute laser beam, and that was the equalizer for Bonaire. And then this is the second one that got them in the lead. Beautiful from Bernabella, and it was Stati. Oh, that wasn't a goal, actually. It was almost a carbon copy, wasn't it? But he had a big chance there, did Stati, and wasn't able to convert, but eventually got there. Here he is again, trying to create something. That was another big chance for Bonaire. Lovely ball out wide to Martin, who couldn't convert. But we're back here at the Atto Bolden Stadium for more action. It's the second half. Bonaire leads St. Lucia 2-1. St. Lucia did take the lead in the first half through an own goal, but then Bonaire clawed their way back into it through beautiful goals from Stati and Simon. But here's St. Lucia already trying to get back in this one, but it's well cut out by Vout, who's had a really good game himself. Number 3 for Bonaire, the left back. So St. Lucia, of course, did start us off in the second half. Kick off, so here they are trying to get it back to 2-2. Here's Martelli. If anybody can, he definitely can. And look at that. Lovely skill from him. Still has the ball in a dangerous area. Finds Alexander. Here's John at the far post. Just can't get it on target. But brilliant start from St. Lucia. Here it is again. Lovely play from Martelli. Alexander missed his kick completely, but turned out to be a good ball. And John just couldn't get it goalwards. So they still trail here, St. Lucia, but brilliant start. Ball played up. That's good from Monroe. He had a excellent first half, but gives it away to Martin, who also gives it away, and it's eventually cleared away by Cummings, who did come on as a substitute in the second half. Number 13 in the defense there for St. Lucia. Here's John. Loses out to Arrow, but still battling. There's John. Eventually, Arrow commits the foul. So it was Mitchell who made way for Cummings. I think he did pick up a bit of a knock, did Michael Mitchell. So Coach Fevrier just looking after his players. As we're here in the Atto Bolden Stadium, the CFU Under-14 Challenge Series competition consisting of 23 countries throughout the Caribbean, and they'll be battling for top spot from the 16th of August to the 26th of August here in Trinidad and Tobago. Games being played here at the Atto Bolden Stadium, in Arima in the Larry Gomes Stadium, in Tobago in the Dwight York Stadium, and in Port of Spain at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. All games in Trinidad and Tobago. Here's John for St. Lucia. Finds Alexander. This time he does well. Trying to get it onto that right foot of his, and I think Blackstock may have been offside anyway. But St. Lucia on the front foot so far in the second half. Here's Blackstock once again. Finds Mitchell, so correction, it wasn't Mitchell that made way for Cummings. It was actually Slayman who made way for the St. Lucian number 13. Blancan in the goal post there for Bonaire, made 2 very good saves with his feet from close range. And safe to say he's kept them where they are, because if it wasn't for those 2 saves, St. Lucia would have had a bigger lead earlier on. So some heroics from Blancan. Here's Martelli trying to get in behind, but that Bonaire defense standing very resolute. Louisa doing the defensive work there for his country. Here's Martelli once again. Cutting inside, very skillful, but this time he's dealt with. And here's Stati, scored and assisted in the first half. He's definitely been involved this time. He can't get himself in it. Mitchell. He is again, gets it back somehow. Scrappy there. But eventually breaks through to Blackstock. Can he find another big chance? And I think he is fouled in the process. So he does well there, Blackstock, and it's a free kick here for St. Lucia in a very dangerous position. St. Lucians getting bodies into the box, not as much as we thought they would have. But they do have some tall figures, the likes of Monroe. And it's Mitchell standing over this one for St. Lucia. Whipped in, it's a decent looking ball. Back post. Monroe did get there, but here's John, still danger. Martelli with a lovely ball. What a save! Blanken from point blank and range. Danger still there for St. Lucia. And Blanken once again, well, wow. We spoke about his heroics in the first half. Well, take a look at that. Jamie Blanken for Bonaire definitely dodged a bullet at point blank range. Could scale though. St. Lucia, as we said, have their tails up, and there's a foul on Monroe. Brilliant stuff there from the Bonaire keeper. Ball launched forward once again by St. Lucia. Here's Alexander. Martelli. John. Oh, good tackle there by Vout. Here they are again. Here's Emmanuel. Good possession. But it's cleared away by Bonaire somewhat. This time it's cleared somewhat once again. Blackstock, St. Lucia not going away. And it's another free kick here for the St. Lucians. They're knocking on the door. Will they be able to blow the Bonaire house down? Well, Captain Barnabella for Bonaire has just dropped to the ground. Not sure exactly why. Didn't see any contact being made. But let's take a look at it again. Mitchell swings it in. It went back post. John did well to recycle it. And then look at this ball from Martelli. Acres of space. Went for the foot, did Blackstock. And what a save. What a save from Jamie Blanken. And then dealing with the danger eventually. But that's brilliant. I mean, and to think that this is under 14 football. As I said, if you thought you were watching the UEFA Champions League, think again. This is better. But it does seem as if Bernabella is in some sort of discomfort right now. I really didn't see any contact being made with him, which is always the scary ones because it seems as if it's something that may have been lingering from before. But he has gotten back to his feet. And for those of you who were viewing with us from in the first half, we did have a bit of a technical difficulty. The stream did go down for a bit, so we're back now, and we do apologize for any inconveniences. And we once again thank you for viewing with us. And well, I think you should thank us because we are portraying some great football here. It's been really scintillating football here between St. Lucia and Bonaire thus far. But it is a free kick now for St. Lucia. And well, another Bonaire player has dropped to the ground here. John is trying to ease the situation, but I think it's actually Jermaine Vout who's down on the ground. And well, he seems to be upset with John for something. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But again, players surrounding the action. Referee has to come across and deal with it. But let's take a look at that goal once again from Simon. Ball lofted up. Stati, just have a look at that. I mean, that looks like Champions League football. at its finest. That's brilliant from Bonaire. Here's Mitchell, swings it in this time. It's not as good, and it's cleared away by Arrow. Well recycled, though, by the St. Lucians. Agneang into Alexander. And Bonaire could come out with it. Flight launches it up, but Stati isn't getting anywhere close to that one. And St. Lucia still looking for that equalizer. Remember, they did lead in the first half, but it was the Bonaire brilliance that got them to where they are right now. Here's Martin. Bonabella, he's back on the pitch now. And is fouled immediately by Martelli, I believe. Referee just giving him a bit of a talking to. And of course, the CONCACAF Under-14 girls competition was also played recently in Trinidad and Tobago, in which St. Lucia and Bonaire ladies were in action as well. And St. Lucia actually finished second in round one in League C. And they were beaten in the final by Aruba. Very close to Bonaire. They were beaten 2-1 at the Hasty Crawford Stadium. And well, Bonaire, they finished 7th in round one of League C on 6 points. So there has been a lot of youth football action here in Trinidad and Tobago, as we see Bonaire making a substitution here. And it is going to be Captain Bonabella who's going to make way. Had a very brilliant performance in the first half. And, well, it seems as if he's picked up an injury. He's giving the armband to none other than the first goal scorer, Ravion Simon. And he's going to be making way here for Jamir Sinjago of Bonaire. So, very good performance by Bonabella. And we hope that he's okay and that he could continue to play in this tournament, because they're going to need him. He's been absolutely brilliant. But it is Sinjago that enters into the fray, and he's straight into a free kick from Arrow. Whipped in nicely. Cleared away by St. Lucia. Here's Martelli. Oh, lovely skill from him once again, and he drives down, but he's cleaned up by the substitute. Jamir wasn't having any of it. He is again straight into the action. He didn't need any introduction. He's introduced himself. As we're into the 48th minute, remember, these are 35-minute halves, so when the clock ticks down to 70 is when you should start biting your nails, because that'll be closer to the end of the match, as there's a foul there in the St. Lucia attacking third, rather, on Rashandro Arrow. Then, of course, get the assist for Stati in the first half for his goal. Beautiful free kick swung in by the Bonaire number 9, and well converted as well by the number 17. Launched up and flicked on dangerously. Problems here. Here's Martin. Gets it in, but it's cleared away once again by Cummings. Here's Martelli. Oh, he saw the ball all through. This is a good opportunity here for Blackstock. Cuts in onto that right foot. Has a strike. Well blocked by Flight. Excellent defending there from Bonaire, but good attacking as well from St. Lucia. Here it is again. Lovely ball by Martelli, and Blackstock cut into that favorite right foot of his, but good positioning there was Flight. And he did what was needed and easily gobbled up by Blanken in the end. Alexander in a lot of space on that left foot of his. Plays it out wide. Mitchell loses out to Stati. But gets it back. Illegitimately, though, referee calls for a free kick. And, well, it's both players now who are just involved in that have immediately dropped to the ground. Stati looks to be worse off. Yep, physios are making their way on once again. And, well, that time we could understand why there was a tackle and somebody receiving it. But, nevertheless, it is 2-1 Bonaire lead St. Lucia on this day one of the CFU Boys Under 14 Challenge Series. It's Tier 2, and this is the group stage, round 1, match day 1 of 5. And we are being well entertained here at the Atto Bolden Stadium here in Couva, Trinidad and Tobago. It's very hot outside, and they did get a cooling break in the first half. I do expect to see the same in the second. And it's been high quality, very high quality football so far. Also to remind you that we do have another game on later as well here at the Atto Bolden Stadium, and Bermuda will be taking on Grenada as well. So a lot of action in this tournament. Beautiful event put on by the Caribbean Football Union. And Bonaire back players are fit. Here's Simon rather. Flicks it into space but couldn't get on the end of it. He is the captain now, Brunabella granting him with the honor after making his exit due to injury. That's good play there. Blackstock can't find space. Here's substitute Jameer. And possession back with St. Lucia. Alexander trying to work the angle. Blackstock is cleaned up by Flight. And well, they have taken, I think it's Mitchell, off the pitch. He's on the side. They're receiving some treatment as well, so we hope that he'll be okay. Don't want to lose any more players through injury. Oh, lovely skill by Martelli, but cleaned up by Bonaire. But he's still on the ball, and again, oh, he's so tricky, isn't he? Shaquille Martelli. He's been tantalizing defenders all evening long, and he draws the foul in a very dangerous position here for St. Lucia, who are also going to make a substitution themselves. So it is Mitchell who made way after that injury, and it's Williams, number 14 for St. Lucia, who has entered into the battlefield. And likewise to the Bonaire substitute, he enters as soon as his team have a free kick. And it's going to be Shiloh John, number 7, to take this. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes to goal himself, has the ability to do so. John has a strike, and it is on target. Oh, and tell you what, wasn't that far off. Blancan was backpedaling, but they get away with it. John, maybe small in size, but definitely has the power. Got under it just a bit too high. And it remains 2-1. Throw here for St. Lucia. Well, off your screen there, it's Monroe, who seems to be in a lot of discomfort. He's limping. I don't know why he doesn't go on the ground, but play goes on. Bonaire in a very dangerous position. Here's Stati looking for his second of the night, or the afternoon rather, but that one went high into the Atto Bolden sky. And finally now, Monroe could receive some treatment. Arrow also found himself on the ground. Yeah, as we see here, referee Leon is coming across to Monroe, who has been brilliant. It'll be a shame to see him lost to injury as well. That'll be the third player we've seen lost to injury. But the injury has brought about the cooling break for these players, as we said in the first half, at the 17-minute mark, or the half of the half, or the quarter of these games, of these matches. The players will get a short 2-minute cooling break, which is much needed given the conditions in Trinidad and Tobago. But while we're on it, let's take a look at some of the goals and some of the highlights, some of the brilliance that we have seen so far in this match between St. Lucia and Bonaire. It's really been high-quality stuff. We've seen some 5-star skills. Let's take a look at some of the action here. Early on in the first half, this was corner came in, and it was John who had a volley. Look at that. Just couldn't keep it down. So he's been showing signs. And then, well, this is the big goal here. Enriquez up to start. He lays it off, and then Simon just rifles that one into the bottom corner. That is world class. And then this was the goal that gave Bonaire the lead, swung in by Arrow, and Stati this time got ahead of the defender and finished that one off, finished off his dinner. And that's the Bonaire brilliance we've been seeing here this afternoon so far. Not to take away from the St. Lucians, they've been pretty brilliant themselves. But it has been Bonaire who has gotten the better. So, looks like the cooling break is coming to an end and players are getting back out there. St. Lucia are the ones who really have work to do. They have players warming up on the bench. So looking to inject some new blood into this St. Lucian army. As it's Monroe who has made way limping. Wow, doesn't look too good for him. I really hope that the players that went off injured will recover for future games. Really is a shame if they won't be able to. But it's also Bonaire now making a substitution. And it's Arrow who's making way here for none other than St. Jago. So two St. Jagos, of course, they are related. Brothers have come on to the pitch. And so the Bonaire outfit have already injected some fresh legs into their midfield. Let's see how that works out for them. Here's Alexander. Good recovery. And cleared away into space. Martin probably won't be able to get that one. As we have about 14 minutes remaining here of normal time at least in this encounter between St. Lucia and Bonaire. St. Lucia did lead, but find themselves trailing now and need a goal. They absolutely need a goal. So important to start off tournaments with a win. It really does set you off nicely in any sport, really. Especially in group stages where you don't have much time to recover. And here's a ball played through. Stati is in hot pursuit. But good goalkeeping there from Toussaint. Quickly off his line. He's been impressive as well despite conceding 2 goals. Alexander trying to trick Enriquez. But here is Stati once again. Oh, heavy tackle there. Flying in. I think it was Cummings. And Stati, he's rolling on the ground now. Enriquez also on the ground for his efforts. And it will be a free kick for Bonaire. And once again, not a good sign. They are calling for the physios. They've definitely had their work cut out for them. And it's a yellow card as well for Cummings. He's been booked for that challenge there on Stati. The second half substitute who did come on for David Slayman. But despite Stati being on the receiving end of a yellow card tackle, it is Julian Garcia Enriquez who is on the ground and is currently receiving treatment. Of course, in Bonaire, well, they are celebrating Dia de Bonaire on the 6th of September. That's their national day. And, well, a lot of flags and decorations have been put around the country in preparation for those celebrations. They'll be celebrating surely if they get this win. Here's Simon, strikes it. And his shin pad flew in the air with that strike, but it was well saved in the end by Toussaint. And it's a corner for Bonaire. Have a look. Shin pad flies, ball flies, and a great save as well from the St. Lucian number 1. And did put it out for a corner, so Bernabella has come off. So corner duties now on Martin, who swings it in nicely. It's good looking. Stati getting under it. Here's Simon again. This time it's good defending from Martelli. But he still has the ball here, does Simon. Martelli showing off some of his defensive skills. We've seen his attacking prowess. Just there, seeing his high work rate as well. And well, the St. Lucians are making a triple substitution here. So it's Castillo who's coming on for Agyemang. And then we have Hippolyte, who will be replacing Randall Monroe, who just went off injured, of course. The right back for St. Lucia. And it's going to be none other than Plummer who will be entering the fray for St. Lucia as well. So fresh legs for the St. Lucians, and they'll need it because they have 10 minutes to find an equalizer and somehow salvage something from this opening game encounter here. And it is Alexander who did, of course, make way for Plummer. That one played out. So Bonaire, in the late stages, trying to probably just secure that lead. Here's Enriquez, swings it in. Dangerous looking ball. Martin is under it. Gets a header. Easily gobbled up there by Toussaint. And he launches it up himself. John is under it. Can he control? Doesn't. He's well marshaled by Vout. I think it's a throw in. So good defending by Vout in the end. Hasn't really been in on the goals, but I think he's been one of Bonaire's best players. Jermaine Vout, the Bonaire left back, the number 2. Here he is. Leaves one there on John though, and I think maybe commentators curse that could be a booking, or maybe even worse there for Jermaine Vout. Yep, is given a yellow card for his troubles. That was pretty rash on John. John is still on the ground. Well, 2 St. Lucian players were there, but I think it was Vout who was given the yellow card. It was studs up. And Shiloh John is still on the ground here. Doesn't look good, and he himself was having a very good game. We'll hope that he'll be able to continue. The commentator's curse never seems to fail as I start to sing Vout's praises. What does he do? Throw in a rash tackle and get a yellow card. But despite that, has had a very stellar game. But good signs. Shiloh John is back on his feet. And he'll be able to continue for St. Lucia. So here's the substitute, Castillo. Dinks it in, but it's well short and easily cleared away by Stati. Here's Castillo again. Into Emmanuel, trying to do something. But who's there? It's Vout. Great tackle. Martelli. Boosting down this right-hand side. Oh, Simon. Showing off his strength, and another rash tackle. Oh, tackles flying all over the place. Referee really has to take control of the game here because it's getting a bit wild. Tackles flying all over and players rolling around the ground. Not something that we want to see, especially at this level. Look at that wild rash tackle there. I think it was the substitute, Jamir St. Jago, who left one in there. So needs to take a better control. And also, we could see in your bottom right of your screen there, Simon, the goal scorer of the first goal for Bonaire, is also on the ground. Yeah, so 2 players on the ground, Castillo for St. Lucia and Simon for Bonaire. And referee just giving Garcia Enriquez a bit of a talking to. The linesman likewise to the goalkeeper Blancan and Martin. Castillo has slowly gotten back to his feet, and Simon still receiving treatment off the pitch. But it is a free kick though for St. Lucia in a very dangerous position as well. And they will be defending it with 10 men because Simon is still off of the pitch. This is a huge opportunity for St. Lucia to pull back that goal and get back on level terms. And it is Shiloh John. Went for goal last time. What will he do here? John swings it in. Decent looking ball. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Oh, well, they really dodged the bullet there. Bonaire. And Vout clears it away. That is so unlucky from a St. Lucian perspective because what a ball from John. Have a look at it. Swung in, and I think it's Castillo who actually won the free kick. Beautiful header off the crossbar, and Bonaire able to clear. And again, another player is down. Well, big chance. Goals are begging for St. Lucia. Not much they could have done about it because the Bonaire team were completely undone by that St. Lucian set piece. I'm not sure exactly who the player injured is on the ground there. Maybe Lucia, I think the number 4 who's back there receiving the treatment. Yep, doesn't look too good either. Just on the ground, stationary, and it's been a theme in this match. We have seen a lot of injuries. And he's back to his feet as Lucia. Good signs. Physio just telling to stretch it out a bit. And we should be back. Remember, these guys are under 14 players, so not fully developed, maybe a bit fragile, not in the sense of weak, but a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. So, but as quickly as they go down, youth allows them to spring back up very quickly as well. Danger for Bonaire, but Blanken, as he has been all afternoon long, holds on well with 4 minutes remaining in this first encounter between St. Lucia and Bonaire. Can St. Lucia find an equalizer? Remember, we do have another game for you. Grenada taking on Bermuda. And that one kicking off at 4 p.m. But as for now, it's all eyes on St. Lucia and Bonaire. Here's Toussaint. Launches it forward into the midfield. St. Lucia trying to build something. Here's John into Emmanuel. And then cleared away Martelli. Good defending, and it's a St. Lucia throw. Substitute Chatlane is being prepared on the sidelines for Bonaire. And Simon is fouled in doing his defensive duties. But if you do look behind the goalpost there, you can see that's the Grenada team warming up. And if you look as well to the center of your screen, you'll see Simon, who's on the ground once again, but this time not as serious. So he's okay, and we will have that substitution now. It is going to be Chatlane, number 18 for Bonaire, and he's coming on for none other than Julian Garcia Enriquez, who did score an own goal in the first half, but otherwise has been pretty solid defensively and did have a good performance. So it's a free kick here for Bonaire with 2 minutes remaining in this one. Simon launches it up and he's applauded by the fans. Here's Martelli. Never a dull moment with him, full of skill. Every time he receives the ball, he seems to do something sensational. Bit of an argument here between Martelli. Not exactly sure why, but oh yeah, dispute over the ball. So Emmanuel to throw this one in for St. Lucia. This is the time when frustrations can kick in. St. Lucia looking for a goal, and anything that happens is going to rile up tempers, and it's important for players, even at this young age, to learn to maintain composure under pressure situations. Here's Martelli though. Lovely skill from him once again, and he's dancing through, trying to get a ball in. Can't. Emmanuel, same, but Simon clears it once again. Here's Martin. Yeah, and again, tackles flying in, and we could see again, yep, you see it's kicking off. Players running up, and this is what we don't want to see. Martelli is absolutely furious. Oh, Blanken has been pushed now, and we don't love to see this at all. We don't love to see it again. The Bonaire coaches on the pitch. Lots of pushing and shoving being done there. It was Martelli who was initially kicked at. I think there were some wild kicks being flown in, but that's what we don't want to see in the game of football, especially among these younger players. I just mentioned that this is the point in time when those tempers can be very high. St. Lucia chasing a game, Bonaire trying to hold on to a lead by the skin of their teeth. Any little thing could trip a nerve, as we just saw right there. And it seems as if the chaos has been subdued. And the coaches are making their way back off the pitch. So we are past the 70th minute. So we are into additional time right now. That brawl and some other stoppages as well to deal with injury. You do think there will be a good chunk of time being added on here. As we just await the signal from the officials, and it looks like it's going to be 5 minutes that's going to be added on here. So we'll have 5 minutes remaining, more action. And well, in the midst of the madness, surprisingly, doesn't seem as if any yellow or red cards were administered. I'm not sure if they were, still await confirmation of that. But nevertheless, it's a free kick for Bonaire, which will once again be taken by Simon, who is wearing the captain's armband. Shin pad flies out again. After kicking that one, he's going to need to get some tape, isn't he? But here's St. Lucia still trying their best to get that equalizer. It has to be an equalizer at this point in time. Simon, captain's duty, stepping back into defense, and this could be problems for St. Lucia. Here's Stati. It's well dealt with by the St. Lucian defense, just trying to sneak his way through there. Stati. So far, it looks like it's going to be Bonaire who will secure the first 3 points of this group stage in the CFU Under-14 Challenge Series. It really has been an exciting affair. And there's still action to come. Martin into Stati, who scored and assisted in the first half. Oh, that's dangerous and problems. Couldn't get it under his spell there. Delft. Matadi lost direction of the ball. That one is cleared up once again. And St. Lucia trying to cook something here, can't they? Here's Cummings into Castillo. Keeps the possession well. Here's Emmanuel. Good one-touch play here by St. Lucia. John beats his man. And he's in behind there, slips it through. Excellent defending by Bonaire. Martelli trying to do something. And it breaks through, but it's good defense once again from Bonaire. And St. Lucia frustrated once again. Blanken in the end, able to calm the danger in the back. Running out of time here are the St. Lucians. And here's Stati, does well. Oh, and this could be problems. Chatlin. Tripled up on by the St. Lucian defense, and eventually they clear it away. Matthew in there had a very good defensive game himself. But it does seem as if he's going to be on the losing end of this one. As we are into the 75th minute now, the final minute of stoppage time. Here's Chatlin once again. Cummings with some good composed defending, but puts it right out of play. So possession back to Bonaire. Here they are again. This could be the final chance here for St. Lucia. Simon left it. Blanken did well. Here's Martin. And that's it. The final whistle goes. And it is Bonaire who come out on top in this first encounter against St. Lucia. Martelli is absolutely fuming of refusing to shake the hands of anybody. But Bonaire won't care because they have secured the first 3 points of this tournament. And what a performance it was from them. St. Lucia as well, we have to give them their credit. Did have moments of brilliance, did have chances as well to equalize. We can't forget the heroics of Jamie Blanken in the Bonaire post. But after it all, it is Bonaire who have come out on top. And they have started off their CFU Challenge Series, Under 14 Challenge Series campaign with a big victory here in the Atto Bolden Stadium. So that is all the action that we have for you in this first one. Of course, we do have more later on at 4 p.m. kickoff between Grenada and Bermuda. So do tune in. Lots of exciting action. But for this one, that's all that we have. So I've been Liu Chin guiding you through this one. Hope that you did enjoy it. And do tune in later for more CFU Under 14 Challenge Series action as we take a look at some of the highlights from the game. Early on, St. Lucia had their chances. John with a good effort at a volley there, and then it was Monroe who came off injured, who started to cook down that right-hand side, found it into Martelli, and that one just rolled wide. Couldn't get there, and then Bonaire had some chances of their own. Big chance here. Out on the left-hand side, good save from Toussaint. So both teams started off very well, but it was St. Lucia that got the early breakthrough. Monroe with a good cross and then a deflected header by Blackstock off of Enriquez found its way into the net. And they led 1-0, the St. Lucians. And from that point, you thought they were going to run away with it, that one. And Blanken, that was the first of many important saves that he made. But then Bonaire found their way back into it. And how about this? No commentary needed. Boom. It was Simon who struck it home and made it 1-1. Then Bonaire, all of a sudden, momentum was with them. They had a big chance there. Stati on a plate couldn't redirect the header properly. And it stayed at 1-1. And then Stati all of a sudden started to be more of a threat. Finding that ball, was frustrated that his teammate didn't tap it in. But eventually was rewarded with a goal. Look at that beautiful header. Keeper came out a bit too early. And Stati finished his dinner. And then Bonaire had the lead. St. Lucia, though, did have chances to get the equalizer. This one from Alexander. There's the other save from Blanken. Brilliant foot save by him. And then in the second half, the St. Lucians knocking on the door. John with a huge chance early on. Couldn't redirect it. Blanken was in trouble. But then this is the big one. Look at this. Free kick missed everybody. John recycled it well. Found Martelli, who dinked in a world-class ball. Free as a bird there was Blackstock. And Blanken, he deflected that right back. Big save from the Bonaire keeper. And St. Lucia had many chances, but just couldn't find any in the back of the net. That one, another one from Blackstock, and then Shiloh John with a free kick. Wasn't a bad effort, but just high. Blanken knew it was sailing over. And Simon had another striker zone. Good save by Toussaint. Keepers did have a good game. And then we started to see some of the rash tackles, some sliding challenges. Referee had to intervene. We saw it all kicking off, but this was the big chance for St. Lucia. Look at that. Castillo, the substitute, off the crossbar and then cleared away eventually by Vout. But you do think that that was the chance for them, and As we could see here, Martelli receiving an award there, player of the match. Yeah, he really did have a good showing, but tempers started to kick off a bit for him. He is a young man and he will learn to be able to channel his anger into his game. But yeah, he definitely is one to watch for the future. Very skillful, very exciting player. But we are preparing for the second game here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. It's Grenada, and they're taking on Bermuda in the CFU Under-14 Challenge Series. It is kicking off here in Trinidad and Tobago, in Couva, the central lands of Trinidad. So we are going to take a bit of a break, and we will be back with more CFU Under-14 action. It's Bermuda, and they take on Grenada. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
I know it's dangerous, but you're the only one who can unite the people. You ready, Bob?
No guns can stop this message. I want the world to change. And that time is now.
This is my message to you.
Is French, Spanish, or Dutch. It doesn't matter if you are male or female, young or young at heart. We in the Caribbean Football Union speak the same language. Football.
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 And we speak with one voice.